We got 2 furnace and 2 air job here. We got a couple 3 tons that were existing. The upper level one, I heard, won't turn on, so we may have a low voltage problem. I'm just guessing. 2 furnaces that were 100,000. We got a 6,000 square foot house here in Woodbury, and we're putting in a couple of 80 2-stage variables in. And what time is it? It's 8:30 in the morning. We'll see what kind of a day this turns out to be, if we're back here tomorrow with the wiring problems at the end of the day, or if we can get these fired up. It's going to be 60 by the end of the day, so we should be able to check out the airs if we get them going. Big house. It's our furnace venting, water heater, fresh air down there apparently, or air exchanger, something. Yeah. So here's our furnace room layout. These bases are nice for change outs for sure. Makes that quick, so we just got to stack our furnace coil and a short transition on top of each one of these, because our new furnaces are 17.5 and these are 21 wide. And let's get going on this. Got air exchangers, so we'll see how that wires in. Hopefully it doesn't wire into a furnace, but it probably does, one or the other. Looking at the low voltage on these things, this is apparently the upper level one. Is the one the AC would not turn on. I'm not seeing anything funny here. Simple wiring, no air exchanger tied into either furnace. We got a Y and a C, and just 4 wires. Got our power, red, white, heat, blue is obviously cool, and G for the fan, Y and C from the air. Got a lot of nicked up wires here, so that's not good. We gotta address that kind of stuff. Another nick there. What happens is you get 2 of them, you'd be shorting the ground or turning something on you don't want to. And then over here we get the same wiring with big stripped wire there on the Y, nicked down here. That looks like a horrible short to ground scenario waiting to happen right there. Can't see it, but that red wire's nicked there. So we gotta look at all that. So nothing special to make note of on the wiring. We're gonna tear these out of here and get going. Job, I'm not liking anything I see about the installation. The duct tape, the way they use that to wrap wires, and then they got brackets, metal brackets on the line set. That's never good. Gonna have to look at these line sets and make sure they're not compromised and rubbing up anything over the last 20 years. Like that copper against that sheet metal right there, that type of deal. We're setting one, getting it out of here, reclaiming the other. Okay, we had a kink in the line set here, and it's really hard to rebend that 7/8, so we bent up a little, putting a coupling in there, cut off the kink, and we're putting a coupling in there. And got our pad marked, and 3.5 off the pad. Should slide right in there. Now we just gotta get our little guy going.
That should slide right in though. Huh?
I really don't like how they put this on the wrong side.
It should go right in there. 7/8 situated. So we got equal overhang all the way around the pad. pretty parallel with the house here. And was hooking up the little guy and I heard it chafing up here on the stucco, so we're going to slide a piece of drain line over that to protect it from the concrete. Get one on this one too. At least that one's had caulk on it for a while. And we got to set this other pad, get back on the furnaces. Alright, we got this second pad set. I'm just going to make a short piece of 7/8 to bend in there. Got these pads hopefully perfectly the same distance off the house and parallel with the house. Corey's getting ready to solder with his nitrogen over here. The base cut out to the size I need. Narrower furnace, so we're just going to put a 1x angle on this left side after we set the furnace on there and fill that little gap from 17 to whatever it is. Line set soldered together. Corey should be flushing right now with nitrogen, so we're switching from R22 to 410A. I'll get this furnace in here and get going on it, and we'll solder it in. Setting up the airflow for the air conditioning. So we got our furnace there, which is the 801716. So SW26 should be on, 7 off, 8 on. 6 on, 8 on, 7 off. And that switch is right there. And on is down. Six on, 8 on. So we move 6 and 8 to on. Factory positions are all off. And that should give us, if we have 0.5 static, 1245 for our 3-ton air. Do the same thing on this furnace because we got the same furnace and the same air. We should be good to go. No adjustment. Well, there is one adjustment for heating, but it's either 10% down, which is the way it ships from the factory, and I believe that's these numbers right here. So in high fire we should be moving 1330 and low fire 990 at 0.5. We had moved made the sheet metal wrong. I didn't take off canvas length off of my metal, so we ended up having to cut off the plenum, take everything apart, cut it off. Cost me a couple hours actually. Now I got to redo this humidifier pipe here because you can see where that used to go. So it's always fun when the metal's wrong. Probably the worst possible thing that could happen. Couple hours there. Wiring's almost done on this one. And then I'm going to solder that guy in. Just hack it off right there. It should fit right in there, hopefully. That's why I cut it off inside when I do a flush. So I don't use this for my... If I were to just cut it off outside the coil, I would be pinched here like I am here, and then I'd have to redo from here back, which isn't the end of the world. I guess I could have just almost put another 90 on there and still almost made it because we got a little slack up there. But slow but sure. Corey's slamming the coil in. Yeah, we had this all put together and we're trying to put the coil with the sheet metal on here. And couldn't get it in there in one piece, so we had to take it apart. And there it is. Okay, well, I think it's going on 7 o'clock. We got this one completely done. There is a problem with the thermostat. It says the fan's on. I got the heat turned on. We tried the air. Nothing works. So I think we got a problem with the control on that one. This one is all buttoned up except for venting. Corey's out checking the AC on this one right now. So we're going to be back here in the morning and figure out what's going on. He's dialing in this one. We can't get that one running yet. So temporarily we're going to hook up a stat in the basement so the homeowner got heat tonight. It's going to be cold for the next week here. But hopefully tomorrow we can figure out what's going on with that stat. Subcooling is what? That was close.
Like 63, 64 on the 64 there and 59. So we need that down to 53 if that's at 64.
Corey's checking combustion. How can that be at 0?
What's that 0?
CO. Something's not plugged in right or something. That's crazy. That just don't seem right.
No, wait until it gets into high five.
How is that ever going to be 0?
It's never 0.
No. Pull that out and put it back in. See if something's stuck in it. Anyway, we're checking out this furnace here for the second level. Last night we had to hook up a temporary stat so they had some heat. We ended up going with, homeowner didn't want to try and figure out why it wasn't working. I guess it's been an ongoing problem. He just moved in here, so really doesn't know the house. So he wanted to go with this wireless stat, and that's what we did. And we're in checkout mode here. We're in low fire right now. Got them both dialed in. That one, we got to come back when it's warmer to check out the AC. This one, furnace and air all checked out. Everything's perfect.